Welcome back to the channel, gang. By this time you should already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Our first goal is to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. From there, it is the stars. It's J.E.M.Stones. We are back again with another reaction video. You already see the title. There ain't too much to say. Last time we reacted to the King, LeBron James. This time we are reacting to his airness himself. Oh, this one's gonna be good. This one's gonna be good. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. This is Michael Jordan's Air Jordan original documentary. Now, originally, the video was called Michael Jordan, Air Jordan, the greatest YouTube video, the greatest Jordan YouTube video on, the greatest Jordan video on YouTube. I got it out eventually. In my mind, I'm like, why don't we just start with the best? Why not? If that's the greatest Jordan video, why start anywhere else? So guys, strap in. This is going to be good. Because this is going to be good.
Michael Jordan, $4 million a year superstar, leaping, twirling, flying through the air like a man unleashed from ground.
Joseph Vincent, Board Films. The channel is Joseph Vincent. Go subscribe. He makes a ton of videos about different iconic sports stars. I cannot talk today. He makes tons of videos about different iconic sports stars. Stars that you're gonna know, some you might not know. Go watch. Those videos are all good.
Gravity.
Look at that! Holy cow!
I mean, the first time I ever saw Michael Jordan, it was our camp, and I said, I think I just saw the best 6'4" high school player I've ever seen.
There is just no limit to what Michael can do.
Michael Jordan in high school, no luck with the
quotes about Michael Jordan.
Where he came
The quotes
from
about
as a
Michael
sophomore in
Jordan
high school,
is
not
just
to make his varsity team.
that's
3 years.
that's goated in itself.
Your tongue hanging out.
Here comes Michael, tongue hanging.
But he has that tongue out so much, I've always been worried about somebody coming up with an elbow and just knocking it right off.
Let me tell you a little bit about this guy. He worked so hard. One year he was running a 4.640. From 1 year to the next, he knocked that down from a 4.640 to a 4.340.
From a 4.6 to a 4.3.
From Laney High School, Wilmington, North Carolina, a superstar.
We see the time remaining. 32 seconds to win the championship. Time, 18. Jordan!
Ooh.
North Carolina has won the 1982 NCAA championship.
That's when he became Michael Jordan right there.
The United States Olympic team against the NBA All-Star.
If I were going to pick the best athletes I've ever seen play basketball, I think he's the best athlete I've ever seen play basketball, bar none.
There you saw Mike.
That's what I'm talking about. The quotes that people say about him, that's greatest of all time status right there. Just the quotes.
Jordan's tremendous skills as he went past Magic Johnson.
The uncanny ability to be able to create shots and hang in the air. There's just nobody like him.
Damn, man, only Doc has ever did that.
It's no secret or surprise of how great he was.
In my opinion, Michael Jordan has the opportunity to become one of the all-time great basketball players.
Did not lose a game, either against the NBA players in their exhibition series.
We're getting some real competition in this ball.
Flying through the air with your tongue out in front of the baddest motherfucking basketball players in the world.
Michael Jordan, what a play!
Harvard made a nice play. Well,
Kicking shit on a level that they've never seen before.
The U.S. has its ninth gold medal.
84-72 college kids versus NBA All-Stars. They should have known then, we're going to have trouble. We're going to have problems. We're going to have problems.
Captain of the U.S. Olympic basketball team last summer, he brought in the gold. Jordan says he owes everything to his parents. He gave his gold medal to his mother.
Welcome to the 1984 NBA College Draft.
During the 1984 NBA Draft, the Blazers passed up on Michael Jordan to take center Sam Bowie second overall.
Selects Sam Bowie, University of Kentucky.
We ain't even gonna talk. We ain't even gonna
pick Mike.
Y'all see my guy's face as he's sitting there. He already knows. He already knows. That face is like, yeah, we had to do it. We just had to do it. y'all can flame me all you want.
University of Kentucky.
that face
Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan of the University of North Carolina.
We started practicing our first day in preseason, and I got a call after practice from an assistant coach and said, "You didn't mess this draft up."
And now the noise factor begins to really increase. Here is the man. They call him Mr. Jordan in Chicago. The standing ovation.
Guy barely even in the league.
On a professional floor,
He's barely even in the league.
To see. There was an artist at work.
Michael feels that he can do whatever he wants, and you're in some sort of a different zone when you're out there.
I'm not sure people really know how good this guy is. And they usually concentrate on the fact that what a beautiful dunker he is. If he didn't dunk a basketball, he would be as great as anyone that ever played this game.
Quotes. It's just quotes after quotes.
Jordan to the hoop. King in the air, score! Bullets one time.
I'm surprised at how fast I'm picking up the game.
Brown will put it in. Here's Williams. Let's see if they go for 3 or 2 here. Thomas, a three-pointer there. That's it.
An assassin personified that had that killer instinct. A killer instinct that he came into the league with.
He has the ability to take control of a game, to make the big shot.
Jordan kicks it to Watley. Down to 12 seconds. You see the clock now has been inserted in your screen. Jordan driving. He'll go for it.
The magic of this guy, Michael Jordan, the rookie. I'm out of adjectives already.
I'm going to tell my kids about the sheer will to win, the unflappable, unshakable confidence.
Yeah, he got it! He got it! He got it! Here comes Indiana. Vern Fleming, 2 seconds, 1 second. He didn't get it off in time. The Bulls have won the ball game. The Bulls have won the ball game. Michael Jordan, you talk about pressure.
Since he arrived, the stadium, which used to be 2/3 empty, has been sold out every game.
Just substitute Knicks right there. It could be Jordan Laws, Lakers, Jordan Laws, Celtics, and everything else. Everywhere you go, you're getting this kind of thing. Last night, your first appearance at the Garden.
Michael Jordan puts on a show.
And he has shot to stardom already, although still in his first month as a professional.
He was living the life back then. He was having fun. He was having fun back
Trying to
then.
get it away, but broken up by Daly. And gets it away to Jordan. Oh, showtime for Mr. Jordan.
He was the first to wear the number 23.
And young Madonna in the crowd.
The first?
You know, he had...
Was he really the first to wear 23? I'm gonna have to look that up. I know he made it popular. Whoever wore it before him, I know he made it popular, but
The it factor. There was a James Dean, a Lone Ranger quality to Michael Jordan.
Can he fly or what?
it's now the most iconic number that you can pick in sports.
Most players really don't have to worry about doing it up on the boards. They're trying to go one-on-one. He lost the ball. They're stolen away, laid out for Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest basketball player that I've seen.
Kaboom! And that's what they came to see, didn't they?
He made me want to be an NBA basketball player.
Still quiet. There's Jordan.
He made lots of people want to be basketball players. 1, 2, 3 people. I mean, my guy didn't really contest the shot, but still, he was 3 people on him.
How in the world did he do that? Holy mackerel! Can you believe it? The rookie from North Carolina. The rookie is playing like an all-pro.
We all know that Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player ever.
Nobody that I've seen had the type of mental toughness that Michael Jordan had.
Jumper under heavy pressure. 35 seconds left.
Too fast. Too fast. Too fast.
And on the court, it was perfection. The way he wore his uniform.
That changing
the
pace
sent people
killed
into a
him.
frenzy. He was the first to do so many things.
And Nike's coming out with a clothing line called Air Jordan.
Oh yes, his own shoe. They call it Air Jordan.
It's as hot as a Cabbage Patch doll right now. The endorsements are fast and furious.
Jordan's getting rich. His Chicago salary is reportedly more than $500,000 a year.
Coke and McDonald's for $800,000.
North Carolina to the height of
Yeah.
superstar.
He doesn't wear one white glove. He wears strange-looking sneakers, and he soars through the air.
I mean, his endorsements was like what? Like, I mean, at least at the beginning of his career, it was like 7 times what he was making on the court.
There, Jordan goes in for a shot.
NBA says Jordan is a key reason overall league attendance is up more than 7%.
What more could Michael Jordan ask for? In less
Overall-
than a year, he's been
overall
named Collegiate
attendance.
Player of the Year. He's won an Olympic gold medal.
Turned into Captain Marvel again. Well, he's got him standing in the aisles already.
Set the NBA on fire, and he's been picked to start in Sunday's All-Star
He
game.
participated in the in the dunk contest.
Yeah, 3 times.
He was the first.
Right here's Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls. One of the hot candidates for Rookie of the Year honors as he slams it home.
Could put his head in there.
Indicate
if he
where
wanted.
he's going to take off on this dunk. Here's Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls.
You can fly, can't you?
Well, look, I said to so many people that we're fortunate in our lifetime to have seen a Michael Jordan.
Here's Jordan down the middle all the way.
Rather than be born 30 years from now and only hear about the legacy.
Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd up on their feet. He went right down the middle, and Artis Gilmore slammed it over the top of the bench. Timeout taken by the fans.
People think that Jordan gets mythologized out of proportion. In fact, if anything, he becomes underrated over time.
Jordan driving.
That's facts, Max Kellerman. Like, I know the younger generation think that we are talking nonsense when we talk about Jordan and how it's just no comparisons and whatnot, but nah, if you want to be real, what we're saying doesn't even measure up, for real. It doesn't measure up. It don't.
Jordan is just this ultra bad motherfucker.
Basket! Michael Jordan with 43, and the Bulls have a 5-point lead. That is it.
This year, it's
not lonely at all. Chicago has virtually doubled its attendance.
There's a whole generation of kids now who's going to swear by LeBron James, because if you're watching LeBron James, it's hard to imagine that anyone was ever better than that. But kids, I'm here to tell you there was someone better than that.
Jordan just rocked the cradle for his 10th point, and the Bucks are going to call time.
That's Max Kellerman.
Highlighting NBA news, the Chicago Bulls in an unfamiliar spot. They're still on top. 3 games into the season, they won again tonight. What's interesting about last night was the fact that star Michael Jordan was injured early in the game.
Out of a total of 64 games, Michael defied the recommendations of his team doctors and management, came back and led his team to the playoffs.
Air Jordan is no longer Time Jordan. The Chicago Bulls are in the playoffs, and there are no restrictions on Michael's playing time.
The only question that remains is Michael Jordan really back?
When you think about Michael, you know, scoring 60 in Boston Garden in the playoff game.
60, but he scored, what, 46?
To me, he was
game,
the first athlete
the night before that?
who had great fundamentals. Most super athletes depend on the fact that they could just jump over you and run by you. But he took it technically.
This is game 2 of our best of 5, first round. Chicago had a 12-point lead in the first half of the game against the Celtics. Hits the jumper, but Bird played pretty well defensively against Jordan there. Michael Jordan has 8 points and is the game high scorer. Going baseline. Michael Jordan, 21 points.
I mean, against the Celtics, and that at that time, who had one of the best teams ever.
1 second on the clock. So now we'll see how Chicago responds to that knockdown punch. Jordan trying to use his quickness, and it works. Michael Jordan with 44 now in the ball game. Jordan cuts the Celtic lead to 2.
Larry Bird said God in shorts. Watch when Michael Jordan dropped 63.
I'm not laughing at what he was saying. I'm laughing because that was a very common scene. You'll see fans, you'll see players, coaches, they're all just sitting there like, the hell is going on? That was common. It was like, you just see them all like, golly, what is going on? You just couldn't believe it.
A foul against Kevin McHale has been called by Middleton.
They'd all just be sitting there like, what do you have to do to stop this guy?
With no time showing on the clock. He can tie it up here and send the game in overtime. No time remaining. And this is pressure.
People calling him God.
It moved Larry Bird to say, that's not Michael Jordan. That's God disguised as Michael Jordan.
Jordan with an all-time record 63 points in a single playoff game.
Jordan was always good enough. Yeah. He scored 63 points in a playoff game. I think he played with us for.
I love it. You know, everyone's picking us to do somewhat bad, and it takes all pressure off this team.
Watch Gino get ready to hit it all the way down the court. With Michael going, maybe?
Yep. There it is. Michael Jordan on the breakaway.
I got it.
37 for Jordan. It's a
and when they started trying to crown him early on, he didn't believe in that. He felt I didn't belong, and I felt like I had to prove myself. Just like when I was at North Carolina, I had to prove myself.
With the drive. Lays it in.
League's leading scorer, Michael Jordan, averaging 37 points a game.
Boom, perfect timing. This guy's the best defensive player in the league. He's the best offensive player, and he's the best competitor.
By Jordan, the ball loose. Theus gets it. Theus on a dribble off to the right, takes it in, and Jordan steals the ball.
9 times first
Don't
team
give
all
up.
defensive NBA.
Do not give up on the play. And he got wrapped. He got wrapped. Man, you just got posterized.
Slam Dunk Championship, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins.
Just, you take this for granted now, but just the dunking. And just him being in the slam dunk contest, wearing his shoes. Everybody wanted those shoes. Everybody wanted to see him dunk. That's like all you cared about.
Dominique versus Michael in the dunk contest was like Hagler, Hearns, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier.
From high above the rim.
I'm sorry, that was it looks average. It looks just like a regular dunk, but that was
Here's a heavyweight fight.
That was rough. That was a nice dunk.
I'm predicting a 50 on that. Be hard not to give him 50 on that one, Steve. That was impressive.
They both got 50s on their first dunks.
That was the honey dip right there.
Incredible. Could we call it a make good? I mean, that's a two-hand windmill with authority. Now for Michael Jordan. Here's the story. Wilkins finishes with 145. Michael Jordan needs a 48 to tie, a 49 to win. And Michael is backing all the way to the middle of the back.
Michael, he understands the moment. He walked down, he took his time.
48 ties, a 49 wins.
That was his go-to right there. Free throw dunks was his go-to. I'll be honest though, I think Dominique should have won that one. I think Dominique should have won that dunk contest, just to be real with y'all.
My lifetime, a moment or history. I look at what we call the shot.
We have had three-point drama here in the final minutes of the game. An irregular timeout. Pippen brings it across, defended by Harper. 11 seconds to go. In the middle of the floor, Jordan has it. Jordan puts up a jumper and hits with 6 seconds to go. This tells it all. Cleveland has the ball.
The greatest clutch performer in playoffs history has to be Michael Jordan.
Gets the ball back, drives to the hoop, lays it in.
Craig Elo.
What I've always said about Michael is he never feared the consequences of missing.
Here's our story here at Richfield Coliseum. One of these teams will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks.
And I'll tell you an interesting story about the greatness of Michael Jordan.
Doug Collins began to say he wanted to pass the ball to Dave Corzine, and that's when Jordan slammed his fist on the clipboard and said, "Give me the effing ball." As the Bulls break the huddle,
he got a little
Jordan
bit of help
whispers to his teammate
right
Craig
now,
Hodges,
but
"I'm going to make it."
The Bulls it's still all Jordan at this point. This team is still all Jordan.
Zellers has Jordan. Jordan. It's good at the buzzer.
Do you know how hard that is? How hard it is to know that every opponent that comes into your arena or any arena you go to.
Jordan kept pumping his fists.
Just
Cavs
think,
coach Lenny Wilkins could hear
all
Jordan
we got to do is stop
go
that
home,
one guy.
Go home to Cavs fans
if
nearby.
we can just stop him.
All right, and
you still pulling out wins?
Get the ball, Michael. Everybody get the out of the way.
You still pulling out wins?
Just how famous he was. And Bird was famous, Magic was famous. Michael had a different level of just, when he walked in, it was like a hurricane. Just every eye in the building was always on him.
It's like you're describing Muhammad Ali, you know.
It was like Ali.
Michael Jordan is a phenomenon. All these kids standing, taking pictures and like reaching out to touch him. It's like, I compare it to biblically about people reaching out trying to touch Christ's garment.
Fortune magazine did some number crunching to calculate how much money Jordan has generated in his career.
Show me the money aspect of Michael Jordan in corporate.
Show me the money.
His cologne has reportedly raked in $155 million.
Michael
And
Jordan was the one
that
who made
is
fans
so
watch, and
that's
Michael
some cheap
Jordan was
ass
the one who
cologne,
made
bro.
fans buy.
No one moves more jerseys than number 23.
Do not buy that cologne.
Athlete.
Do not.
$30 million a year just doing TV commercials like these.
Hello.
Pressey looks to bring it in. He comes into contact.
He was born with killer instinct because you can't learn it. You can't create it. You can't teach it. You can't coach it. You're either built that way or you're not.
The game's over. The Bulls win by 1, and still Milwaukee is turned away.
In fact,
They
He
was
Could
they,
Fly
they
is
was
really
having
magical on television, and it brought people who were not basketball fans in just at the sheer majesty and grace of his movement.
Do y'all know what? Do y'all know how crazy that is? Do y'all know how crazy that is? And I seen people compare that to just a regular up and under, where you go up and you. No. Look at.
Oh yes.
Do they replay it?
Yes.
We had dethroned.
No,
the
they don't. They don't replay it. Okay.
In just at the sheer majesty and grace.
He goes up. He pulls it back, and he stops. He goes up. He pulls it back. He's looking.
Oh yes.
He didn't just go like this. He said,
we had dethroned the Celtics. We had dethroned the Lakers. And we thought that we deserved a little bit of respect as a champion.
Who in God's name would stop Michael Jordan? First of all, the game was far more physical when Michael Jordan played.
Dantley knocks him down, and Michael's up ready to go with Dantley. What the heck is going on?
You saw him in the gym. He came back a little stronger. Shoulders were looking bigger.
In their time?
Right.
There's no hand checking now. You touch them now, it's a foul.
You really had to rip somebody's head off and throw it in the stands before you get a play for foul.
They just don't want to see that in our basketball game.
I know what y'all thinking, and I feel the same way. Like, it was dirty. It was dirty. It was bad sportsmanship. But part of me got to be like, if you've ever played spades with friends, not serious spades where you playing with people that you don't know and everybody's serious, but if you ever played spades with friends, you're sitting down at the table and you might hear the line, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough. That is technically what is going on. That's what was going on. If the refs weren't calling it, I cannot blame the Detroit Pistons or any team. The Knicks used to play rough too. I can't blame any team for. I mean, the refs were calling fouls, but nobody was getting ejected. Nobody was getting fines for it. And I can't really. Come on. The Pistons want to win too. They want to win.
Rick Mahorn and those guys, Kevin McHale and those guys beat him to
They
a
want.
pulp.
They want to win championships too. So they applied what that worked.
The Pistons with the indication that it is all
The decision was made.
My bad
just to
about
walk
that.
off.
If you had it do over again, would you shake hands with the Bulls?
Absolutely.
Troy Kristen heading back to the locker room. Their season has concluded while the Chicago Bulls advance to the NBA championship round.
And at this point, it was over for the rest of the league.
Team. He carries
It was.
Rarely do players carry teams to wins, much less championships.
It was over for the rest of the league at this point.
and we got out on him about 12-2. And I said, I'm gonna really rattle his chain. So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, hey man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're gonna blow you out today. Jimmy, his eyes got big.
That inexperience in playoffs and championship round, that's real, but I think it played the opposite for him. For Michael, it was the opposite. Like once he got there, he was.
That was the one loss in the series.
Once he got to the championship round,
streak in him competitively that I'd never.
It wasn't nerves. It was, I'm not letting this go. It was, I'm not letting this go.
He can run. I agree with you.
Everything was perfect. The look away to Livingston. Jordan.
Michael Jordan in 1991 came down on us with the right hand, tongue out. He switched in midair to the left.
Put it in the comments. How many of y'all think that was unnecessary? How many of y'all think that was unnecessary?
Spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive.
And I was just stunned, and all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that night.
And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship.
Incredible. There'll never be.
The moral is you should not talk trash to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That move was not unnecessary. Take into account that he was playing in the championship versus one of his idols, Magic. One of the best teams ever, the Lakers. So when he drove the lane for that layup, he drove it already knowing he had already made it up in his mind. Somebody's going to contest the shot, so I'm going to go up with my right and switch to the left and go around their hand. He already made it up in his mind that he was going to do that. Nobody contested it, and it looked like he was just showboating. But yeah, nah, he was fully committed to switching hands because he already knew somebody's about to contest this shot.
Portland and Chicago. It was almost inevitable. For the Bulls, there are great expectations of a different kind. This team has its championship. Now it seeks its place in history.
And Mike, this is a series that features two of the NBA's premier players, and Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler.
Two superstars, the Jordan-Drexler matchup.
Michael never played with a player that would get double teamed. So you had to carry that offensive load for not just a season, an entire career, and then on the other end be first team all defensive play. There's no one going to ever be like that. These super teams, nobody will ever have that burden put on them.
Something was given to us by the notoriety, by the media, by the fans, that superstardom. And we have to protect it because everybody's coming in trying to get it.
Who are all these people talking about Jordan didn't have handles? Jordan didn't do all that extra dribbling that y'all like, that y'all want to see. he ain't see three people in front of him and try to out dribble this one and then get into that one and out dribble that one and out dribble the next one. No. He had handles. He had some of the best handles. But once he was in an open spot, it's all about efficiency. It wasn't about can I shake this guy? Can I cross this guy up? Can I break his ankles? It wasn't about that for him.
Superstars love this situation.
He had
handles. Jordan versus Drexler. Michael Jordan saying, okay, come on,
You're in my building.
Jordan with the steal. The comparisons with Clyde Drexler. Someone said, how about three-point shooting? Jordan made the point, well, I have not chosen to shoot three-point shots. As if to say, what
nice Scottie Pippen pass right there.
Well, he has chosen to look for the three here in the first quarter. It's unusual to see Michael bombing away. That's his third three-point attempt.
Jordan made only 27 the entire regular season.
Jordan for three. Well, Michael has gone to a new weapon. That's his fourth three-point field goal.
The aura of being Michael Jordan.
That is an NBA Finals record. 5 three-pointers in a half. Drexler for three, air ball.
The greatest competitor, the scariest competitor I've ever watched in any sport.
You see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it. The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the second straight season.
Considering the relative youth of their nucleus, they could be in position to extend towards a dynasty.
He is not of this world. And there was an otherworldly aspect to Michael Jordan that he did things that nobody else could do.
For more than half a century, the U.S. was so dominant in basketball that its collegiate players...
I don't even know. I can't even say nothing. I can't say anything.
They win it 82-76.
Those other countries were using pros, playing against 18, 19-year-old kids. That is really unfair.
Loss after loss for U.S. basketball at these tournaments. And what was once a golden tradition has paled into something less brilliant.
Just moments ago, the Dream Team boarded the bus outside their hotel along the Romulus.
I kept thinking that the attention would dissipate. They're going to play the first game. They're going to win by 60.
There's nothing like that ever. And even in that, with all these guys being tremendous competitors, I'd have to say Michael was probably the most competitive in that whole group.
A 6'6" guard, Michael Jordan.
The guy on the bench is taking pictures.
What may well be the best basketball team ever assembled.
Curtinitis, but Mullin reads him so well, and watch out. So suddenly the lead stretches to 15. Oh!
Prior to the U.S. beating these teams by 60 points, they pose at midcourt.
It's a watershed moment in the history of sports. Not just the Olympics, not just basketball. Never before and never again will there be such a team.
Yes, look at these numbers.
Mike was on the Dream Team, and he was actually passing the ball a lot. Like a lot. He was passing.
Who had nothing to do with those games in '92, but who took so much from it.
He wasn't even trying to score like that for real.
Ahead to Scottie. Throws it back to Michael. Caught off one hand. From 60 off the board. He's just being told by Bruce Alexander, you have a delay a game. Now, if you step over, I'm going to have to call it. Rodman will defend on the inbounds. Pippen will toss in. J.E.M.Stones is on the floor for the Bulls. The inbounds a card right to Jordan. Down, Michael for three. Yes! A winner! Unbelievable!
What we're talking about here is arguably the greatest player who ever lived, really indisputable to most of
Knicks
us.
beat the Chicago Bulls last night to even up their playoff series, one game apiece, and somehow the Knicks managed to contain Michael Jordan to just 15 points.
Jordan upset because he was looked like he got scratched by Starks, and he was very upset about it. And they continue on. Jordan wanted to go at him, and they're trying to calm Starks.
We just fell apart.
You're going home for this race?
Do we have a choice?
Can you recover?
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
When you mention the teams Jordan went through, those Knicks especially.
Those
I
Knicks.
mean, Mason,
that was my team back
Oakley, Ewing. Jordan's going to the hole against them.
Oh, what a move by Jordan! It counts.
That was my team back then. You see what I'm trying to tell y'all? Everybody would just be in there like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, there should not be any way that 1-on-5 and we're getting whooped like this. No offense to the Bulls, the rest of his teammates. It was for a very long time while he was out there, the notion was, you stop him, you win the game. And yeah, there just was no real stopping him. there was no, okay, we stop him. Yeah, that was the sentiment, but it wasn't happening.
Some football being played.
Yeah. In the 90s, in Grove, you get chucked with a forearm.
All that running through the paint.
Oh, did he show the rookie something, Jimmy?
He duplicated what he did on the offensive end on the defensive end.
And then you couple that with all of that athleticism, then his confidence skyrocket.
By Rivers, and now Jordan with some words for Rivers.
He talks a lot of trash, and he had to all everything
he literally
together.
He literally took no plays off. He literally would not take a play off.
And then it's stolen by Starks. McDaniel chased by Jordan.
He literally took no plays off. He went all out. Every play. Every play.
To the NBA Finals.
Homicidally competitive. Like, really, like, almost you could say he had a problem. He was so competitive.
I really like Charles.
Life just
I like Charles.
People. That's how he measured himself. That's how he measured everyone he played with.
Scott Williams.
He just drove on 4 people.
7-second disparity between the shot clock and the game.
It would have been better for Charles to foul him all the way than halfway foul.
Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls have flanked the monoliths of the NBA.
Chicago Bulls win 3 straight NBA championships.
I think we've gone through a lot. Me personally, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, but to cap it off this way means a lot to me, believe me.
I hate to make you look.
I think we've gone through a lot. Me personally, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, but
41 points per game, y'all. 41 points per game. Even if you tried to focus, just stop him.
Cap it off this way means a lot to me. Believe me.
I hate to make you look ahead, but you've talked about retirement in a year or two. Could you step aside if the streak is still intact?
No. Yo, my love is strong for this game right now. That's how I'm looking at it, and I'm going to be here as long as my love is strong.
Last night, we began the show with the disappearance of Michael Jordan's father. Tonight, the worst fears have come true. James Jordan was found dead, victim of apparent murder.
I remember
what is
that.
Still unclear and will be for some time is what effect this tragedy will have on Michael Jordan and his future with the Chicago Bulls.
In a matter of moments, Michael Jordan is expected to officially announce his retirement.
It's a very bittersweet day. There's a certain sadness because the greatest athlete to ever play a team sport is leaving the game. I can only imagine what it was like seeing Babe Ruth, because I think this man, I used to say, was the Babe Ruth of basketball. I've now come to believe that Babe Ruth was the Michael Jordan of baseball.
When Michael Jordan first retired from the Chicago Bulls in October of 1993, following his father's murder, the sports world was shocked. 4 months later, Jordan dropped another bombshell. He decided to pursue a career in baseball.
And then he goes to play baseball?
Everyone's like, wait, he's gonna play baseball?
So many Hall of Famers like, this is my chance to get a chip.
Jordan, if he had retired, wouldn't he have gone to 8 straight NBA Finals? One could argue that.
Yeah, of course, we all believe that.
It's an argument. It's an argument you can make.
Away from the Knicks dethroning
to the 1994 NBA World Champion.
The NBA tried to plan for his retirement, tried to
Put it in
promote
the
other
comments.
players, like the Lakers'
Does he
Shaquille
win
O'Neal,
8
but the
straight?
shoe company Reebok recently canceled Shaq's shoe contract.
What is the NBA without Michael Jordan?
I think the NBA without Michael Jordan is in deep trouble.
Just being given an opportunity is something that I can feel very privileged about. I mean, the White Sox gave me an opportunity just to go out there and see what type of skills I have. And
Would you like to see him come back?
Yes, I would. I think that he would be a good addition to this game.
Feel like, what kind of question is that?
He's coming back to basketball.
Jordan returns to the NBA
Kind of question
on NBC
you ask.
at noon Eastern.
Yes, that was 636 days ago, so 21 months after his last appearance in an NBA game. Only 5 months after his number 23 was raised to the rafters in Chicago, Michael Jordan has returned, and he's wearing number 45.
A lot of special moments in NBA basketball. Usually the opening game of the season, the playoffs, 7th game of the series, the finals. I don't know about you, but I got the goosebumps for this one. This is very special.
The moment is nearly at hand. Michael Jordan's return to the NBA.
Michael Jordan. Whereas Jordan is the undisputed GOAT. Like there's, really no debate.
Make a wish.
Didn't they say that already? Didn't they say that already?
Welcome back, Michael Jordan.
You know, he's the greatest that's ever played.
Greatest who ever played.
Yeah.
You go right there.
No question about it.
Jordan for the win.
How many people got to say it, though? You know? How many people got to say it before?
He is now back. Holy mackerel, Michael Jordan.
He's just a superstar. Like you said, Bill, he was a celebrity. He wasn't a basketball player. He was a celebrity.
And I'll tell you, as a kid growing up, in high school, I can't even describe what that was like at the time.
We put it on prime time, but Michael brought it to a whole nother level and took it international.
It's the magical, mystical Jordan Road Tour, 1995. The Bulls are 2-2 since his return, and one of the most asked questions in America, most often asked, is how is Michael doing? How is his return?
Albert Starks told me moments ago the Knicks still plan to have him go one-on-one. No double teaming. He wasn't intimidated before, and he's not
I like
now,
the
and
Knicks,
he says he's eager
and
for the
John Stokes
challenge.
was the favorite,
Moments away
my
from
favorite
tip-off,
on
there
that
is
team.
John Starks. He's been a little bit of a slump lately offensively, but he does play Michael Jordan very well. Viewing early in the game, Kukoc on the run.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset.
Look out. Starts out on fire. Michael is 4
For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost shoes.
What else? It's 20 first quarter points for Michael Jordan.
Look, I know what it must seem like to a younger generation. Guys, it's ridiculous. No matter what LeBron does, if he's not perfect, then he's not Jordan. Yeah, Jordan set a standard of near perfection.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
And do you answer him back?
Those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
55 points.
There were times where you could make a legitimate argument that collectively a team may have been better than the Chicago Bulls, but they didn't have MJ.
And you a standard
Please repeat that.
of near perfection.
And I
Stephen
will
A.
strike
Smith.
down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
And do you answer him back?
Those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
55
There were
points.
times where you could make a legitimate
Listen to
argument
what he's saying.
that collectively a team may have been better than the Chicago Bulls, but they
Lots of teams were actually better than the Chicago Bulls.
didn't have MJ.
And you will know
they
my
did.
name
They-
is the Lord.
That was true for a lot of teams, a lot of games that they played.
Finds the open man. Wellington with a jam.
Should have been no way they won.
to take the game.
Do you see her
20 years
face?
into the
Do you see
future
her face?
Where he has no fucking peer. There was no arguments
Did
about
y'all
who the
see
best
her
guy in
face?
the league was.
The Chicago Bulls were an unstoppable force during the 1995-96 campaign.
That 95-96 Bulls team is the greatest professional sports team I have ever seen in any league at any time.
In Michael Jordan's first full season back, after giving baseball a try, the Bulls won an NBA record 72 games in the regular season.
When they terrorized the playoffs.
It's
Good
true.
morning, ladies and
Teams
gentlemen. Welcome to
would
Flight
literally, they were out of the game before the game even started in 1996.
It was a wrap for everyone in the league. Didn't matter who you weren't getting anything when Jordan was around.
Jordan just looked over at
Teams would think themselves out of games back in the 96.
Conveniently enough, in front of
It was
New York's most celebrated fan, Spike Lee.
And through most of the country, really, is that these NBA Finals loom not so much as a competition as a coronation.
You know, with 72 wins, you know, all the consecutive winnings, games that we've won, but by no means do we want to do all that and then be the team that lose to the Seattle Supersonics in the finals.
And Marv, he has come all the way back to best.
Don't get it twisted though. Actually, I think they might say it.
Player and MVP status.
And then he played a 63-win Sonics team and
See?
beat them in.
Don't get it twisted. That Supersonics team won 63 games themselves. They won 63 games that year. So it wasn't like that. It was just
6 games. No one ever took them 7 games.
It wasn't a trash team that they was playing up in the. It was not a trash team.
For the finals.
The Bulls were able to complete the dream season and win the franchise's 4th NBA title after defeating the Sonics in Game 6. Michael Jordan, once again named Finals MVP, his 4th MVP trophy in his many tries.
Watch this. I'm going to fly through the air. How about that?
So he just puts it in one hand and takes it down the lane.
Career high, 67 points, and you folks were here to see.
He was the first guy that would literally fly through the f***ing air, slamming in dunks. Where you would see it on the highlight reels on like ESPN, you would see it on the news, and people would just be standing there shaking their head.
Maybe it was an innocent question from Michael Jordan. Is it Byron or Brian Russell? But it drew Russell's fire. Brian responding, is it Michael or Michelle? Now, on the one hand, you got to give Brian props for not backing down, but on the other, yo, B, That's Mike.
We're down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1.
Hasta la vista, baby.
There is a big story going around this building right now. Michael Jordan is sick.
1,100 fans in attendance and the 600 million watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yes. Not bad for a guy playing with flu symptoms.
And the Jazz not able to get to their offensive glass. Ostertag was great. Karl Malone's got the 3,000.
I mean, it was the man could hardly walk. He could hardly breathe, and he elevated himself.
Jordan to the cutting long way.
If you give up, then they give up. You know, so I didn't want to give up. You know, no matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how, low on energy I was.
He's tied the game.
Like the things that he does over and over again is like Michelangelo repainting the Sistine Chapel over and over again. Near exhaustion.
It was game after game, people.
He's got his team tied now.
When they called a timeout, how he came out of the ball game and plopped on the seat, and that's what he did. He just plopped down.
He won't even take the Gatorade.
He doesn't want to waste any energy. No high fives, no lifting water to his mouth. He is exhausted.
A heroic performance by Michael Jordan.
I mean, as long as he plays the game, he's going to amaze us no matter what.
Yes! They lead it! 38 points for the Kings!
Leaning on Scotty as they walked off the floor. I'm not sure he had full mobility.
Did y'all see what the
boxer just hanging on along the
like? Did y'all see what the scores were back then? Like during the late '80s. The scores were down to like 80. Teams were winning with 82 points, 82, 84. They would win with 82 points. It'd be like 82-74, 82-76. But Jordan would still. It's not like somebody putting up 30 points. Or 35 or whatever. It's not like that and the score is 120. No, he's putting up 40, 30, 40, 50 points. And the whole team the team wins with 80 something points.
performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan. A performance that I think will go down as one of the greatest of his career because of the situation. It is all over. The Bulls have won the title by defeating the Jazz 90-86 in its bedlam here at the United Center.
Max, from a physicality standpoint, he was actually an underdog from the position of getting beat up. Jordan ruled.
Michael Jordan with the takeoff and the crush.
The one time we played the Bulls, we get off the bus before the game. Jordan parks inside his Ferrari. We're getting off the bus, and he's smoking a cigar.
Before the game?
Before the game. And he's like, who's going to check me?
Michael shakes the finger, but he finally got his belt on Mount Matumbo.
Rebound Cartwright, off to Jordan. Michael Jordan, power jam in Barkley's face.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Jordan, turn it up.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to Bulls basketball, playoff basketball.
In his heart, Michael already knew that these would be his last games.
And he just got better and better. I mean, he was, I've never seen a guy that I thought was as good as anybody I'd ever seen. 5 years later, he was 10 times better. 5 years later, he's 10 times better.
Game 6 in Utah. For the Bulls, a win would mean a championship. For Michael, it would mean the cementing of his legacy.
Inside, they've already begun the chant of beat the Bulls. Jordan for three.
Got it. What you do has to transcend the generations in order to retain your place as the GOAT.
Here's Michael.
He's got 21.
Michael Jordan always took his game to another level in the playoffs.
Jordan pulls up
like we've never seen before.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the video.
25 for MJ.
6 titles, 6 finals.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, yeah, the whole nerves and whatnot that players get when their first time in the playoffs, their first time in the championship, that's real. But it just didn't happen. I don't want to say it didn't happen for Jordan. I think it had he had an opposite effect. The nerves didn't cause him to underperform. The nerves made him go absolutely berserk out there.
Those MVPs, that mean it was all about you each series. You were the mismatch.
He's still Michael Jordan. Whatever he has lost, through fatigue, through age, through whatever, has only brought him somewhat back to the field. He still leads the field.
He became the most dangerous man alive.
Good times, y'all.
Cross-court Stockton, a three! It's there!
Those 2 three-peats that Jordan has, those are hard to compare anything to.
None of us ever saw what he was going to do, and we thought he was going to be great.
Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell.
That's true, though. It's hard to...
Michael Jordan with 45 points.
6 NBA Finals MVPs without ever allowing a Game 7.
Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds.
It is hard
Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen. Better than LeBron, better than Kobe, better than everybody.
Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Sorry. I want y'all to see that. I know y'all know. I know y'all already know. Okay. Everybody thinks he's pushing off right here. There's one more camera angle that you're gonna watch though. That camera angle right there. He was still taking steps. Michael Jordan's hand was long off. He was still taking steps. Michael Jordan did not push. He was still taking steps, and he noticed. My man is back there.
Chicago with the lead. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their 2nd three-peat.
He was, without a doubt, the greatest basketball player of all time, and he still is.
Nobody brings it home like Joe Vincent. Nobody.
Make it so.
Guys. What can you say? Man. Michael Jordan. Guys, I hope y'all like that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. If there's any videos that y'all want me to react to, leave them in the comments. I really hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you come back. I've got more videos planned. I don't wanna spoil the surprise on the big one that I'm working on, but y'all hit that subscribe button for me. Please, please do. Michael Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. Greatest of all time. I don't know. Maybe somebody sometime down the off into the future, somebody's gonna be jumping from the 3-point line and they're gonna they'll just pull up for half court shots just because with like 60% make rate and whatnot, and then we'll say, okay, this is obviously, and they'll have awesome defense. They'll have like awesome defense, and then we can say, okay, yeah, now you are the greatest player ever. But leave that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.